Hello, welcome back to Mark's House and Garden UK. Today's job is planting out the gravel bed or the arid bed or the desert bed. And this is a border I've been working on for a few months now. The first job I had to do was remove all the grass. And then I had these three trachycarpus, which were a little bit too close together. So I've separated them so that they're more spaced out. I can walk in between them. Now I know trachycarpus are not technically arid desert plants, but they certainly look the part. I'm going to talk through my plant choices. By the end of this video, they will all be in the ground and I will have put all the gravel down, so you will see the full effect at the end of this video. I've also written down a couple of your suggestions, which I haven't bought yet, but I'm looking into getting. Right, so let's get started with my plant choices in my arid bed. Well, obviously I've already referenced these Trachycarpus fortunei. They give the height and some permanent evergreen structure. Not technically desert plants, but because of the spiky palm-shaped leaves, I think they do fit. I've also got behind me this wonderful yucca rostrata, which I did a complete video on, so you can watch that and me planting that in a separate video. But that's a yucca rostrata. Look at it, beautiful big specimen plant. My approach really is to have chosen a couple of large specimens, and then I'm going to interplant with smaller ones. Having said that, some of these smaller ones will become specimens eventually. Down here to my right, cycas revoluta. That's sunken in the ground in a big pot because it's not hardy in the UK, so I'll probably lift that in the winter. Again, there's a video on that. I will link to the video on the cycas and the yucca in the description box below this video. So today I'm going to get all these in and shovel all the gravel round so that we get that effect of plants growing in a desert. But before I do that, I just want to talk through what I've got, why I've got them, and also reference a couple of the things that you've also suggested. Right, okay, let's start with this one. This is a lovely plant. I think it's, well, a friend of mine who has a channel called Great Northern Exotic told me that Hesper comes from the Greek word for west. So this is from the Americas rather than the Africas, the west. Now I'm looking at this and it could be that there's 4 or 5 plants in there, so I might try and split that and have a grouping of 3 or 4 different plants rather than just one densely packed, and then hopefully they'll spread out a bit more. So they'll be going in probably over there. Let me just move things out of the way. I've spoken about them. Where there are these 2 big bags of gravel here that you can see, there's going to be a path running through here. At the front of my cottage I've got a parterre, and the gravel is the same colour, and I want it to be almost like a seamless bed, but there's a change of tone or a change of theme. Right, so that's that. Here is a black tree, aeonium. Beautiful plant. I don't think that's hardy in the UK, but I'm going to plant it out anyway, and we can get it growing and established, and then we'll think about at the end of the year whether I take it out or try and propagate from it. That's going in today. This is an unusual choice. This is a personal thing really. It's a curry plant. I just love curry plants, and I love that smell that they give. You can sense it in the evening, so that's going in as well. And I've got a little theme here. There's going to be sort of 3 little white plants here. Can you see? This is angel's wings senecio or senecchio. I've never even heard of that before I saw it, and I just thought it looks nice next to that, which will also look nice with that. Look at that. It's a form of succulent, echeveria, and those 3 will put together in a little group together. You'll see all these planted with gravel around them by the end of this video. So let's imagine that they're going to go maybe just there in a group of 3. I reserve the right to change these decisions, of course, subject to change. Then I've got agaves, very spiky. I'll have to put my long sleeves coat on to deal with these. These are quite hardy. This is agave americana variegata. That's got a little pup growing on it. Now it's quite a small one, but it will get big, so I'm going to give it some space. So I'll probably drop that one in there. All the plants that I plant, I'm going to plant them with the crown of the plant protruding from the earth and then mound up to them with gravel. I've got another one here. And we're going to put that one over here on the far side of the bed. Over there we got aloe, is it aloe striatula? Again, supposed to be root hardy. They're in pots at the moment, but they may well eventually get planted into the ground. Produces a lovely yellow flower. And again, the guy at Great Northern Exotic, he's got one of these flowering, so look at his videos and you'll see a flower on one of those. They're going to stay in pots for now. I'm just going to put the pots somewhere around. And then finally here, these are Nymphophia. These are red hot pokers, but these are giant red hot pokers. So I'm going to put those, because they look a bit like it, so they'll have kind of a theme, near my Hesperaloe down here. So that's the range of plants I've already got. That's not staying there, so I'll just shove it out the way. And once they're all distributed and planted in, this bed is going to look really special. So what else was suggested, which I haven't yet got? Incidentally, I've put weed fabric down, and there's going to be 2 tons of gravel. So we're planting through the weed fabric into the soil beneath, but then mounding the gravel up so that the tops of these have very, very good drainage. Because a lot of these plants are hardy in the winter in the UK, but don't want to be wet. So I'm going to do something to make sure that they have very good drainage around the plant. Some of them might even need to be covered. Right, what was suggested? Forgive my pronunciation. Fascicularia bicolor, which is a type of bromelia. Now I went to a garden the other day, and they'd planted them into the coarse, hairy trunks of trachycarpus. So I might stick a couple of those in there. What was the other one? Aloe polyphila. Again, I've looked at it, and it's a goer, and it's on my list of plants that I'd like to get eventually. And then we've got a suggestion of an ocotilo cola cactus. Apparently it looks like a cactus, but it's actually more related to a blueberry or a tea plant. I did look at it. It's not dissimilar to that Hesperaloe. Again, it's on my wish list. I'm going to get these in first and see how much space I've got left. So I get these planted in, and in a moment, after a bit of fast forward footage, you'll see this whole bed completed and planted. So there you go, job done. Not quite done, I've still got a few finishing touches, but the bulk of it is done and I'm extremely pleased. Whilst I'm talking, I'll give you some images. Don't forget, everything you see me use is available as an Amazon link in the description box below this video. I do get paid a commission and everything goes back into the garden, so I appreciate your support. Right, the gravel has turned out to be about 4 inches deep. I've planted everything into the ground through the weed fabric, and I've mounded the gravel up around the base of each plant. I'm going to give it all a good soak in now so that these plants have got water around their roots. I've done a little design around the trachycarpus and the yucca rostrata, which I'm quite pleased about. Looks like a little island made out of stones. And I've left a couple of plants in pots just as little features. And now all I need to do really is start enjoying it. I can walk seamlessly from the arid desert gravel bed into my parterre garden, and I'm very pleased. Hope you've enjoyed that. It's been a hard day's work for me, but the rewards I will enjoy for years to come. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications bell, and I'll see you soon for some more gravel garden adventures. Bye for now.